Great day, class! Welcome to our new video lesson. But before we discuss our new lesson, I know you will be excited for this. Let's have a quick review. Let's watch this.
So in the past couple of videos, we've made a solid plan for collecting your data. But raw data on its own cannot answer a research question. The last step of designing your research is planning your data analysis strategies. In quantitative research, you have to decide which calculations and statistical tests you use to analyze the data. In qualitative research, you should consider what approach you take to categorizing and interpreting the data. Let's take a closer look at some common approaches to data analysis. If you're doing quantitative research, you'll probably be using some kind of statistical analysis. With statistics, you can summarize your sample data, make estimates about a population, and test hypotheses. For example, if you're collecting data on students' test scores, you'll probably want to calculate descriptive statistics like the mean, which describes the average score, and the standard deviation, which describes the variability of the scores. Then, to test a hypothesis about a relationship between variables, you can use a statistical test. Regression and correlation tests look for associations between two or more variables. Comparison tests, like t-tests and ANOVAs, look for differences in the outcomes of different groups. Your choice of statistical tests depends on various aspects of your research design, including the types of variables you're dealing with and the distribution of your data. In qualitative research, your data will usually be very dense with information and ideas. Instead of summing it up in numbers, you have to comb through the data in detail, interpret its meanings, and extract the parts that are most relevant to your research question. There are many approaches to doing this. One common approach is thematic analysis, which focuses on finding patterns in the data. You label recurring topics or concepts and then group them into broad themes. Another common approach is discourse analysis, which pays more attention to things like social context and structure. You analyze not only what is said, but also how it's said. Get a sense of how researchers analyze qualitative data. Try reading some qualitative research papers in your field. And that's it! You've got yourself a research design. It's been a great journey with you. Hope to catch you in our next video.
Alright, so we're done with the review. And now, our topic is analysis and interpretation of quantitative data using questionnaire with Likert scale. How about us? We did not use a Likert scale, but instead, we used a test. Sir, for us, we have qualitative data. And sir, how about the interpretation for significant difference and correlation? Well, you better have to answer all of their questions, sir. I know, right? I know they're gonna ask those questions. I know you're gonna ask those questions. That's why for analysis and interpretation of data, we actually have a lot of topics. We have analysis and interpretation of quantitative data using questionnaire with Likert scale, and that is our topic for today. We also have analysis and interpretation of data using a test, and analysis and interpretation of data using a checklist. We also have for significant difference, correlation, and even for qualitative data. Okay. Alright, that's great. So let's continue. Today's topic, analysis and interpretation of data using questionnaire with Likert scale. Objectives. At the end of this video lesson, you should be able to: number 1, find the range per interpretation. Number 2, find the weighted mean per indicator. Number 3, complete the table for analysis. And number 4, write the analysis and interpretation in paragraph form. Okay, so this is the sample topic that we're gonna be working on. The title is Assessing the Effectiveness of SOAR High Study Habits Program among grade 12 Accountancy, Business, and Management students. So we have six questions, research questions. But for today's lesson, we are just interested in answering number one question. What are the benefits of SOAR High Study Habits program in students' academic performance? All right? And again, I want to remind everyone that you do not have to worry about other research questions because this analysis and interpretation, we have a lot of topics as what I mentioned earlier. Kumbaga, in Tagalog, hihimay-himayin natin yan. We're gonna discuss that one by one. Alright? Okay, so as you can see, here are the indicators where we're gonna write analysis and interpretation. Okay, so as you can see there is SA, it means strongly agree, and A is agree, D is disagree, and SD is strongly disagree. First, we have to assign a particular number for each interpretation. For SA, strongly agree, that's 4. A, agree is 3, D, disagree is 2, and strongly disagree is 1. And with those numbers, we can have or we can write the range per interpretation. Okay? Okay, so as what I mentioned earlier, first we must assign a number on each response. So strongly agree is 4, agree is 3, disagree is 2, and strongly disagree is 1. So second is we must put a range on our interpretation. So to do that, we must subtract the lowest scale 1 from the highest, which is 4. Thus, it gives us 3, right? Then we must divide 3 by the highest scale, which is 4. It gave us 0.75. Okay, so 0.75 will be our range starting from 1. So we have the following. Okay, so with 0.75 as the range, so per interpretation, we start at 1. So plus 0.75, so 1 to 1.75, and then we'll start at 1.76 to 2.51 for disagree, and then we're gonna start 2.52 plus 0.75, that's the reason why it's 3.27, and the next one for strongly agree, it will start at 3.28 to 4. So that is the interpretation with a corresponding range. Okay? Now that we already have the range for each interpretation, then we can find the mean per indicator. We have to go back to all the responses and calculate for the mean. Let's do it. So this is another strategy, ICT integration, where you can easily get the mean per indicator. Okay? So let's see here. Alright, so as you can see, we used Microsoft Excel. The one colored green are the indicators. We actually have 7 indicators. And the numbers in red are the total number of respondents. We actually have 20 respondents. Okay. So let's say that respondent number 1, for item number 1, he answered, let's say, agree, which is 3. And for item number 2, let's say he answered 4. And for item number 3, respondent 1 answered 2. And for item number 4, he answered 3. Okay. And for item number 5, let's say 4. And for item number 6, it's 3. And for item number 7, it's 1. Alright. Now, let's proceed with respondent number 2. For item number 1, it's 2. And for item number 3, or item number 2, it's 4. Item number 3, it's 3. And item number 4, 2, and so on. Okay? So you have to input all the responses for all the respondents. Okay? Okay, so let's say that we already encoded all the responses for all the indicators and for all the respondents. Now what we're gonna do is to find the mean for all the items. All right, so this is what we need to do. So as you can see, the word mean with yellow color is there, and let's start with item number 1, or indicator number 1. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. Okay, indicator number 1. Below the mean, we have to write equal sign and then the word average. Oh, we have to remove, okay, I will remove the open and close parenthesis. One moment. Okay, so equal sign and then average, and then yep, the open parenthesis, and then B2. Why B2? Because look, that one, the number 3 cell, that is B2. You know, B for the vertical and 2 for the horizontal. All right, B2, and then colon, enter colon. Okay, up to U2, and then close parenthesis, and then enter. Okay, so we got 3.35. So we started B2 up to U2. Okay, that's what we're trying to find the mean. So we got 3.35. All we have to do is to drag it down, and yes, we got all the weighted mean for all the indicators. It is easy as that. Okay, so for indicator number 1, we got 3.35. Indicator number 2, we got 3.25. Indicator number 3, we got 3.15. And indicator number 4, we got 3.85. And indicator number 5, we got 1.95. And indicator number 6, 3.45. And indicator number 7, we got 3.2. Okay? Okay, so before writing the analysis and interpretation, it would be better if we create a table. Well, with the table, we can present the data clearer, and it will give the reader more information in an organized manner. So table is really important, okay? So in this one, of course, this is table 1. This is the very first table that we're going to create. There is a title, Benefits of Soar High Study Habits and Students' Academic Performance. And as you can see there, all the indicators are already written. So we have 1 to 7. And WM is the weighted mean. Okay. So let's see here. Alright, so as you can see, we have 3.35 for item 1, for indicator 1, and 3.35 for item 1, 3.25 for 2, and so on. And for the interpretation, this is the one that we calculated earlier. The weighted mean is the one that we used Excel earlier. So 3.35 fall here, strongly agree. Right? Yeah. Okay, strongly agree for item number 1. And for item number 2, 3.25 is this one, agree. Okay. And for item number 3, 3.15, let's check. The program helped me to manage stress and be always positive. Let's see. Yes, that's it. Agree. Okay. And the next one, 3.85, I think this is the highest. The program taught me the importance of building good habits. 3.85 is strongly agree, of course. Okay. And the program taught me to be always punctual. 1.95 only. So that is disagree. Okay. And the program helped me or helped to organize my things. 3.55 is strongly agree. Right? Okay. And the program taught me on how to plan. 3.2 is agree. Okay. So we already completed the table. That's it. So we can proceed with writing it down. Okay. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is to put a rank on the indicator or the indicators. So let's see. The first one is the number 4 indicator. The program taught me the importance of building good habits. That's number 1. Okay. And number 2 is which one? 3.55. Yes, the number 6 indicator. Next is number 1, 3.35, the number 1 indicator. And number 4 is 3.25. That's number 2 item. Number 5 is the number 7 indicator. And number 6 is the program helped me to manage stress and be always positive. And number 7 is number 5 indicator. Okay. So, all right. We already completed the table. So we have the weighted mean, we have the interpretation, and we have the rank for us to see which indicator has the highest and the lowest mean rating. Okay? Okay, so what we're gonna do next is, of course, to write it down. So I opened the Microsoft Word. I already type analysis and interpretation here. Usually, this is the chapter 4 of most researches. Okay, so there is a short introduction. This chapter presents the analysis and interpretation of the data gathered to answer specific questions raised in this study. So all you have to do is to copy all your research questions. But in this particular video lesson, we are just interested on question number 1, which is the benefits of Soar High Study Habits Program. Because the answer for this is the analysis and interpretation for this has something to do with the Likert scale, the quantitative data using Likert scale, which is our lesson for today. So I am just gonna highlight this one. All right, benefits of Soar High Study Habits Program and program in students' academic performance. Okay. Okay, highlight this one. And that's it. Alright, so what we've done so far is we already created a table that will help us on the analysis and interpretation. So what we're gonna do now is to write it down. Okay? So let's go. So let me open the Microsoft Word. So here's the title. Benefits of SOAR High Study Habits Program in Students' Academic Performance. This is our title. This is for research question number 1. Okay? Alright. So, we have to refer to the table. This is the first paragraph. Table 1 shows the benefits of SOAR High Study Habits Program in students' academic performance. It was found out that the benefit with highest mean rating of 3.85, strongly agree, falls on the program taught me the importance of building good habits. And the lowest benefit mean rating of 1.95, or this one is the highest. One moment. 3.85 is the highest. Okay. Yeah, 3.85 is the highest. Strongly agree, which falls on the program taught me the importance of building good habits. And the lowest benefit mean rating of 1.95, it's disagree. Okay. Falls under the program taught me to be always punctual. They disagreed on that. Alright? So that is actually the first paragraph. So we will start there. We have to refer to the table that we created. Okay? Next, based on these results, what does it imply? What is the implication? So results imply that students strongly agree that the program helped them in building good habits. Okay? So, this inferred that SOAR High Study Habits Program aided the learners in building good habits so the latter will get better academic performance. However, what's the lowest one? So, there is however. However, students disagree that the program taught them to be always punctual because that's the lowest one. So, what's the implication? I mean, what's the conclusion? Therefore, the program must include punctuality as additional quality to achieve improved academic performance among learners. Okay, so we already have 2 paragraphs. Now, how about the third one? The third one is, okay, we have 2 paragraphs. The third one is you should find an article that will support your results. For this one, I found Damian 2015. He stated that building good habits can improve the academic performance of learners. It will also pave the way in developing many other life skills that will benefit them in the long run. Okay? And I got another article. Furthermore, in the article of Mazumdar 2022, he stressed that habits are the most important predictors of learning behavior and that global research revealed that habits affect academic performance. So I got 2 articles there which supported my result. Okay, so that's the title, and there are 3 paragraphs, and we also have a table. So that's how we present the analysis and interpretation. Okay.